A is, it's not all or nothing. It's not all or nothing. We make the mistake. We look at our Jewish selves and we think, oh, well, if I can't do it all, I might as well do nothing. What's the point? We don't look at any other aspect of our life, all or nothing. We don't look at raising children as all or nothing. Well, I'll always be patient with my children. And the first time you lose your patience with your children, what do? You give them to your neighbor to raise? You call Jewish Family and Child Services to take them away? No, it's like, okay, I made a mistake, you get back on. Our marriage, it's not, we don't look at any other aspect in our life, all or nothing. And yet we make the mistake and we think Judaism is all or nothing. Well, if I can't do it all, I might as well do nothing. Otherwise, I'm being a hypocrite. Are you being a hypocrite? If you like candles and you go to a movie afterwards, are you being a hypocrite? If you fast on Yom Kippur and then afterwards you break your fast at a treif Chinese food restaurant, are you being a hypocrite? Imagine you come to one of my classes. Let's say it's a class during the week on Jewish values for Jewish children, right? And we're talking about the beautiful values, and that as a parent, you're really a teacher and a teacher of values to your children, an example. And we get to the point, I'm giving you sharing with you ideas from the Torah about raising children. And one of the things that it says that you're not supposed to punish your children at a point of anger. That when you're angry, that's not when you're supposed to punish your children. You're supposed to wait till you're not angry, and then you give them a certain punishment. It also says you're not supposed to embarrass a child. That if you're going to point out a mistake they're making or punish them, you shouldn't do it in front of other people. The kids are people too. And you shouldn't embarrass them. It says embarrassing is like killing a person. That's what embarrassing is. Okay, it was a very nice class. It was wonderful. That's great. Before you leave, I say, listen, do you want to come back on Friday night? Come with your family, bring your spouse, bring your children, and we're going to have a nice, why don't you join our family for a nice Friday night dinner, a Shabbat dinner. You're like, wow, that's so nice, right? You're scared out of your mind, you're going to the rabbi's house, okay. So then you go home, you convince your spouse, we're going to go there Friday night. You come over. Now, some Friday nights at my house, first of all, I must say that sometimes I used to be nervous, like when people came over on Friday night, like, I don't really know them, and they're coming over and entertaining and the whole thing. And then I realized they are so much more nervous than I am, because they're going to the rabbi's house. So that made me feel much calmer, and my job was to put them at ease. So sometimes people come over Friday night, and it's unbelievable. My children are dressed. They are all clean. They are so obedient. They are playing nicely with each other. They greet you at the door. They say, may I take your coat? They wish you a Shabbat Shalom. You come in. We all sit down. My husband comes home from synagogue. We sing Shalom Aleichem. And everybody's beaming, and my husband sings to me, JHAH, the woman of valor, and then you smell the chicken soup and the warm challah in the background. And then my husband says, who would like a bracha? It's time to bless the children. And my children, like little angels, float to my husband from oldest to youngest. And my husband puts his hands on their heads and gives them a blessing. And they look up into his eyes and he gives them a kiss. And I look around the table and all my guests are like, they have tears in their eyes. And like, where do I sign up for this? This is unbelievable. It's fantastic. That's some Friday nights. Some Friday nights are not like that. Some Friday nights, my kids were dressed up and clean, but now they are messy, and they are fighting with one another, and they're not greeting you at the door, and it's totally embarrassing for me, and everybody sits down, and I'm trying to calm them down, and we're singing, and they're fighting, and they're complaining, and they're going under the table. And my husband says, well, it's time for your bracha. Who wants their blessing? And they're like, how come she gets to go first? How come she gets the bracha first? Why can't I go? I don't want a bracha. And I'm just like, finally, I keep trying to, talk to them aside and all the things. And finally, there comes to a point in the meal where I just lose it, and I yell at them in front of everybody, and I send them to the room, and I ground them for life. So everybody's uncomfortable at the table, and we finish the meal, and you say, thank you very much. And I see you to the door, Shabbat Shalom, and you go and you leave, and you turn to your spouse and you say, boy, is she a hypocrite? Just this week she told me in a class on Jewish values for Jewish children, she told me, you're not supposed to embarrass your child, and you're not supposed to punish them at a point of anger, and all the things that she did tonight. Boy, is she a hypocrite. Was I a hypocrite? No. What was I? I was a human being. A hypocrite is somebody who espouses ideas, but doesn't believe in them and lives their life accordingly. A human being says, this is what I believe in. This is what I strive for. I'm doing my best. Sometimes I make mistakes. I'm not a hypocrite. When you light candles and then you go to a movie, it's not like God looks down and says, candles, movie, we're back to square one. Every mitzvah you do, every commandment you fulfill is for eternity. Even if you err the moment before and the moment after. You're not being a hypocrite by going to the movie. You're saying, listen, I'm marking Shabbat. I can't do it all right now. I'm not ready to do it all. Maybe I'll never do it all, but I'm trying. Maybe next year I'll be at the point where I'll light candles and I'll stay home. Maybe I won't, but I'm trying. I'm lighting the candles. That's what God wants. He wants your effort. He wants to know that you're trying. It's not all or nothing.